I am a tutor in Uplatz. Today we are going to discuss about Microsar 1, Part 1. Microsar is an AutoSAR solution for vector for ECU software. Microsar consists of Microsar RTE and Microsar Basic Software Module BSW, which cover all aspects of AutoSAR standard and many extensions and add-ons. Each AutoSAR BSW module is assigned to the Microsar package. For detailed discussion on individual packages in the Microsar RTE, please refer to the following chapters. Vector combines and releases the BSW module needed in the individual software integration packages SIP. So here is the Microsar package, contains all modules of AutoSAR 4.3 standard vector standard software are shown in red. Microsar solution consists of the package that contains the BSW module solutions, Microsar AMD, monitoring and debugging of application, and Microsar BSW, Microsar AVB, basic software module for audio video communication via Ethernet, Microsar CAN, basic software module for CAN communication, Microsar Charge, basic software module for communication with the external infrastructure, Microsar Crypto. This is described in chapter Microsar Security, Microsar COM, basic software module for network independent communication with gateways, Microsar DIA, basic software module for diagnostics, Microsar ETH, basic software module for Ethernet-based communication, Microsar EXE, driver for driving external chips, Microsar FR, basic software module for X-ray communications. Microsar IR, interface between microcontroller periphery and the application, Microsar IPC, basic software module for interprocessor communication, Microsar HSM, see below in the solution table, Microsar Libs, AutoSAR libraries, Microsar LIN, basic software module for LIN communication, Microsar MCAL, driver for driving the microcontroller periphery, Microsar MEM, basic software module for managing non-volatile memory, Microsar.OS, real-time operating system according to the AutoSAR standard, Microsar OTA, see below in the solution table, Microsar RTE, optimization environment for software components according to the AutoSAR standard, Microsar SYS, system-related basic software module for AutoSAR ECUs, Microsar XCP, measurement and calibration of an AutoSAR ECU using XCP, including transport layer for Ethernet, X-ray, and CAN. In addition to the sub-packages, Microsar also solution for different questions where modules from various packages could be involved. These solutions are listed in the following table, and they be explained in detail after the description of the package. These solutions include Microsar AMD, the AMD package, and simplify the testing and analysis of BSW application functions by transferring important status information and events to tools such as CAN-OP, CAN-OE, and in addition, AMD offers the possibility to perform runtime measurements on the BSW and application function. For further infinitely refer to the chapter on Microsar AMD. Microsar GW gateway connect ECU as across the vehicle's heterogeneous network architecture. At this, the gateway must allow managing the performance of trade-off between the throughput, latency, and resource consumption while providing flexibility and extensibility in both function and configuration. Microsar HSM, Microsar VHSM stands for improving efficient cryptographic algorithm processing and acceleration, as well as key management for example, secure boost and secure onboard communication, SecOC. Microsar J1939 is examination communication protocol, which uses CAN for communication commercial vehicles and generators, and two derived standards in agriculture, maritime, construction, and forestry vehicles. Microsar multicore, the main motivation for multicore is to increase the available computing power and to realize partitioning for safety critical applications. Both can be achieved with the Microsar multicore solution consisting of base software and tooling. The Microsar multicore base software focuses on execution time, efficient provision of BSW services on all cores. It is complemented with the tooling which assists in the process of deployment and runtime evaluation. Microsar OTA bundle contains BSW modules For processing, saving, and activating software updates for your vehicles, OTA stands for over the air. Microsar POSIX offers solution to operate AutoSAR basic software under a POSIX operating system standard functions. Example, diagnostics app one application code can be transferred to POSIX-based projects. Microsar Save functional safety according to ISO 26262 Vector offers a complete solution for your AutoSAR control unit for the use of Microsar BSW in safety relevant functions. Microsar Security is the vector solution for automotive cybersecurity. We support you with embedded software services and the tools to protect embedded systems against cyber attacks, protect your product effectively and efficiently, and use our competence and knowledge. Microsar variant handling to save logistic costs for AutoSAR ECUs. Microsar modules are available with the identity manager options. This option allows several configuration, example, left or right door, to be stored in the control unit. This enables multiple installation of an identical control unit within a series or in different series. The add-on post-built loadable allows you to modify many parameters of the BSW configuration without having to recompile the ECU software. For example, routing table or transmission module modes can be changed and extended without requiring the ECU built environment or commissioning a new ECU variant from the supplier. Microsar Virulent Target virtualization solution, vVirtual Target, is a PC-based integration platform for automotive ECUs. Virtual ECU can be integrated and tested even if the target hardware is not yet available. vVirtual Target supports interactive and automated tests across all development phases, application areas. The BSW module of the Microsar package assures basic functionality of the ECU. They contain the implementation of AutoSAR standard services you will need for your functional software. You are able to develop your functional software platform independently because the AutoSAR architecture follows a consistent strategy of hardware abstraction modules from Microsoft.OS and Microsar MCAL. Packages are hardware-dependent vector offers these modules for a large number of different hardware platforms and compilers. Example, to enable quick change out of the controller device. The operating system Microsar.OS is available for single core and multi-core processors based on its ongoing contract with the OEMs. Vector is able to offer a number of OEM-specific BSW modules and extensions such as the diagnostic modules. You can configure all necessary Microsar BSW modules based on your project's requirements, and after generations, you can integrate them with the functional software. This produces a complete set of ECU software. If the functional software consists of AutoSAR component SWCs, you will need a runtime environment. The Microsar implements communication between the SWCs and their access to data and services from the BSW module. Along with managing the data flow, events, and information, the Microsar RTE also assures consistency in the exchange of information and governance accesses across core or memory protection boundaries. ECU projects without SW architecture and therefore also without RTE are optionally supported by the Vector BRE, Vector Basic Runtime Environment. VBRE simplifies the BSW integration by providing configurable BSW scheduling, critical section management, and creation of type definitions for service-layer BSW modules, which normally would be created by the RTE. Hereby, the VBRE speeds up and simplifies building up AutoSAR core-based projects which do not have the RTE. Properties development of the Microsar basic software module is founded on the SPICE-based vector development process for standard modules, which is based on SPICE. All Microsar packages offer the following features: efficient memory utilization and short execution intervals, available for production use, available for AutoSAR 4.x, 3.x. Assistance and timely check supports you in achieving consistent configuration of your basic software. Highly scalable, adaptable to your specific application, optimally integrated into your development process. AutoSAR monitoring for testing and analysis of ECUs. User selectable configuration point, pre-compiled, link time or post-build. Supports multiple ECUs. Optional delivery as source code together with Microsoft Save. Well suited for safety relevant function ISO 26262. Production use. The Microsoft BSW modules are already being used in production projects. Microsar lets you benefit from Vector's many years of experience implementing embedded standard software. And before delivery, all Microsoft software modules undergo systematic integration tests for the specific conditions of your application, hardware, platform, compiler, processor, device, OEM, then without RTE, etc. Upon request, these tests may be extended to cover software modules from third-party producer, example, may MCAD drivers. Support of AutoSAR 4.x, 3.x, regardless of whether you use AutoSAR 4.x or 3.6, but you get the entire basic software from a single source. In migration of your project, you benefit from uniform development workflow for both AutoSAR 4.6 and 3.6. The configuration tool, DaVinci Developer and DaVinci Configurator, Pro are designed for both releases. This lets you avoid a change in tools. MCAD drivers from a different AutoSAR release can be combined with Microsar. In the case of a migration from AutoSAR 3.3 to 4, we can support you in adapting your application software to the interfaces that were changed in the AutoSAR 4.0 standard. Another advantage of Microsar lies in its many extensions in the BSW modules for AutoSAR 3.x, which are specified in AutoSAR 4.0. Some examples are the multi-core operating system as well as support for J1939 XCP and Ethernet IP, which are already available for AutoSAR 3.x. The Microsar most model is a vector supplement to the standard and is compatible with AutoSAR 4.x and AutoSAR 3.x. Consistent and simple configuration with AutoSAR. The work of manually developing or adapting the basic functionality of this new software is replaced by configuration of the BSW module. The intuitive, user-friendly, and well-configured AutoSAR tools from Vector DaVinci support the users in this process. Multi-user support of the DaVinci tools enables simultaneous work on a project by multiple users. The DaVinci tools require an ECU extract of system description file as input. It is also possible to produce a configuration based on commonly used network description file, DBC, 5x, LDF, etc. Early in the configuration process, all DaVinci tools check the validity of individual parameters, complex parameter groups, and their interrelationship. In case of invalid configuration, the tools make recommendations for corrections if possible. These sections of the AutoSAR method simplifies integration of basic software in your ECU and reduces integration time. Here is the use DaVinci configurator to configure BSW module on the RTE. The DaVinci tool optionally assists in configuring the RTE and BSW modules. In addition to the process, for example, the SW service reports, including runnable or automatically generated to match BSW configuration, the automation relieves you of tasks that occur frequently and are prone to errors when performed manually. This saves your time and cost. Figure 3, the use of DaVinci developer to define the function software SWC. For more details on DaVinci tools vector, please refer to the relevant data sheets. Scalability. In addition to fulfilling AutoSAR requirements, the Microsoft BSW modules also provide a number of functional extensions. They extended configuration options that you deactivate unnecessary functions to optimize Microsoft code for your application. This scalability makes Microsoft modules the optimal solution for both small and challenging applications. Microsoft is already being implemented in a wide range of ECUs, such as steering angle sensors, door ECUs, engine ECUs, and central gateways, etc. Microsar may also be used with other operating systems such as Linux or QNX. Users selectable time point for BSW configuration. The configuration point of all Microsar pieces of what is user selectable. You can select the configuration point for each BSW module. Choice are pre-compile, link time, or post-build. Scope of delivery. The standard scope of delivery includes the following components: software modules, command line based generators for Windows XP, Windows 7, BSW module description, documentation. Additional or alternative components are listed separately for each module. For comfortable configuration, we recommend our DaVinci Configurator Pro. For details, please see separate product information. Delivery of source code. Microsoft modules are delivered as source code with very few exceptions. The source code must make pre-compile optimizations and simplifies testing. License and maintenance. Vector offers you flexible licensing individually tailored to your requirements. In the framework of the maintenance contract, you get software updates that keep you current to the latest level of development. Additional services, consulting on system design, extension of Microsoft's BSW modules per customer wishes, development of customer-specific software components, support in adapting existing functional software, complete software integration in your ECU, including third-party software, migration of existing software into an AutoSAR-based concept, outline special workshop and training courses on the topic of embedded software and AutoSAR. The complete AutoSAR solution from Vector. The Vector AutoSAR solution consists of the DaVinci tool, the Microsar BSW, and the Microsar RTE. You will find information on general properties of BSW modules from the Microsar packages in the following chapters. Details on functional features of the individual DaVinci tools are found in particular product information. Contract and availability. Microsar BSW modules are available for a large number of commonly used microcontroller and OEM specific variants. You can also obtain more information at www.microsar.com availability or upon request. Please find your contact person at www.contact. Training in the framework of our training program, we can offer various training events and workshops for Microsar in our classroom as well as at your business site. For more information on individual training events and please visit academy.com. Microsar.os. Microsar.os is a preemptive real-time multitasking operating system with optimized properties for use as microcontrollers. Vectors many years of experience developing operating systems and drivers for microcontrollers embedded in this small, robust operating system core. Learn hypervisor is a module to ensure a safe startup of multiple operating system partitions in a multiple processor or SoC. It initializes the system MPU and starts the different partitions. The Microsar voice module according to AutoSAR 4.3. Overview, a small, quick resource economizing operating system and short post times. Microsar.os is available for AutoSAR 4.x, 3.x, available as multi-core operating system. Graphic configuration tool for easy configuration. OS available for many 16, 13, and 64-bit microcontroller. OS available as micro operating system. Lean hypervisor safe startup of multiple operating system portions. Lean hypervisor implementation according to ISO 26262 ASID. Lean hypervisor freely selectable master core. Application areas. Microsoft OS is based on AutoSAR OS specification and extension of the practice proven OSCK BDX OS operating system standard. This standard was extended by Vector to include functions for time monitoring and memory protection. The implemented high resolution timer mechanism, for example, offers time reduction of less than 1 millisecond without increasing the interrupt load depending on the controller, and this may resolve harmonization flow. Microsar OS is fully conformant to the AutoSAR OS specifications of all scalability classes, protected by system memory protection unit. The operating system partitions run without the risk of mutual interference due to incorrect data changes. In this way, the partitions with different ASILs can be operated in parallel. The lean hypervisor is implemented according to ISO 26262 ASID program. The system MPU during system startup and then starts the operating system partitions protected by system memory protection unit. The operating system partitions run without the risk of mutual interference due to quality data changes. This allows partitions with different ASILs to be operated in parallel. The master core is freely selectable. If the order does not start an ASIL compatible kernel after a reset, the protection utilization can be assigned to another ASIL compatible kernel. Modules and then their add-ons. OS is C1 operating system scalability class 1, real-time operating system implemented per OSCK VDX OS standard and extended to include schedule tables, extended to include schedule tables. OS SC2 operating system scalability class 2, real-time operating system with time synchronization and monitoring of the time behavior of individual tasks and interrupt service routine. Timing protection ensures that assumptions made in the early design phase related to execution times are processed during the runtime as well. As a result, a defective application selection cannot impair the execution times of other running processes. Measuring execution times and interrupt blocking times of application. These measured data can later be used as practice-based values and designing and integrating future application. OS SC3 operating system scalability class 3 real-time operating system with memory protection mechanism on microcontrollers with suitable output. Memory protection assures that application components do not actually destroy data. This makes the integration of application easier and more reliable. OS SC4 operating system scalability class 4 combines scalability class 2 and class 3. The following add-ons are available for all OS independent of scalability class SC1 to SC4. Multi-core symmetric, multi-core add-on symmetric is used where a multi-core system is to be developed according to the AutoSAR specification. Their code have the same set of commands. It is based on AutoSAR specification 4.x, but can also be used in AutoSAR 3.x projects. Multi-core asymmetric. The add-on multi-core asymmetric is used where a multi-core system is to be developed according to AutoSAR specification and where the cores have a different set of commands. It is based on the AutoSAR specification 4.x, but can also be used in AutoSAR 3.x projects. BLH hyper, lean hypervisor. In the multi-core application, the model lean hypervisor initializes the system and production unit at startup and manages the start of the course. Each core may have its own operating system image. Any combination of POSIX, classic or adaptive AutoSAR operating system is visible, protected by the system memory protection unit. The various partitions can be operated free from interference regarding memory access, thus allowing to run partitions with different ASIL in parallel. The master core is period selectable. Protection initialization can be assigned to an ASIL compliant code in case that the code started after power up or reset does not fulfill ASIL requirements. Lean hypervisor makes partitions independent. Each partition can focus on its local memory protection requirements. In addition, partitions do not have to implement a synchronized write state for the basic initialization. The reduction of external dependencies facilitate the development of single partition. Lean hypervisor is developed according to ASILD as safety element of out of context. Lean hypervisor will not require a CPU load after partition are started. High resolution timer. HRT, AutoSAR operating system usually use a periodic timer, PID, to generate the system time. Then the time resolution is given by the cycle time used to trigger the system counter. Each trigger corresponds to an interrupt. Generally, the integration engineer must find a trade-off between interrupt load and the time resolution. Sometimes an application requires a time resolution which is better than any acceptable trade-off. Graphical configuration generation tool for a comfortable configuration we recommend. DaVinci configurator tool. It contains consistent checks and the calls of the generator. The generator is implemented as a command line tool to enable its integration in an automated development environment. Scope of delivery. Microsar OS product is supplied with the following components: operating system core as source code, DaVinci configurator core as a basic editor, command line based generator, BSW models description, documentation. Microsar.com, AutoSAR basic software modules, basic software modules, BSW of Microsar.com include AutoSAR services for ECU communication. These services can support only a number of communication channels. They are bus independent and are needed in every communication stack. Per AutoSAR architecture, they handle control and full integration in the ECU software of bus specific communication modules for CAN, FD, J1939FR, LIN, and EDH. The Microsar module, according to AutoSAR 4.3, is shown here. Overview of the advantages. Code and execution time optimized by application specific configuration. Available for AutoSAR 4.0 extensively, contains many useful extensions beyond the AutoSAR standard C chapter functions. Extended support for NM coordinators, C chapter functions. Network management module, OSEK, NM compatibility is configurable. Support simultaneous operation of AutoSAR NM and OSEK NM in NM migration projects. Very efficient signal access via function macros for AutoSAR 3 application areas. AutoSAR.com lets users develop their functional software by a bus independent approach. All necessary tasks for transmitting messages and for cross-bus network management activities are handled by the configurable BSW modules COM, NM, PDUR, IPDUM from Microsar.com. For a gateway ECU, you do not need any additional software. The COM and PDU are BSW modules from Microsoft.com enable routing of signals and TPR application messages. Modules and their add-ons. Each module of Microsoft can have extension of vector that can go beyond out-of-service standard and have additional add-ons. COM communication service of the COM module organizes transmission of messages according to the send type, cyclic, event triggered, etc. The key task is to implement bus independent signals of the functional software in PDUs. Extension to out-of-service standard, invalidity declaration of task in case of RX signal demo, optimization for main function runtime reduction, RX-sided caching of received event, TH-sided configuration of multiple timing domains, deferred event caching of RX IP DUs. This is an optimization of RX function runtime and event-driven processing of RX PDU. The optimization allows to cyclic polling of all PDUs in main function RX add-ons. GW for COM, the COM module can be supplied with gateway functionality. Routing is possible for signals and signal group. Routing in COM is possible via configuration without existence of a real signal or signal group. COM add-on IN feature. This option activates the following functions for COM module. Description-based routing. This additional routing option allows to route PDU segment defined by their start bit and length, including class of emission management, periodic event triggered and changes. This creates a performant alternative to signal-based routing and is to cycle returning PDU routing. This function requires the above mentioned gateway option. PDU router, PDUR provides the module COM, DCM, and complex drivers with an interface to the communication modules, interface, transport protocol, and network management of the different bus system. This interfaces serves to transmit and receive data via PDUs. PDUR also implements gateway between the communication modules of the various bus systems. The Microsar modules CDD allows TP and AF PDUs to be integrated into the COM stack above or below the PDU router, above the communication interfaces, add-ons, GW for PDU, TP and message routing, routing via metadata in case of range routing, routing of variable addresses, dynamic gateway, routing of dynamic PDU lengths, NM, network management interface, NM bundles, interbus, network management activities of all of the ECUs, communication channel as network management coordinator. It synchronizes wake up and sleep of the communication channel, extension to auto-service standard, synchronous sleep and wake up of multiple networks via different NM coordinator, backup coordinator, support of OSCK NM, configurable mixed operation of OSCK and AutoSAR NM on one channel. IPDU multiplexer, the optional IPDU multiplexer module supports multiple usage frames with different data contents via a static configuration for the classic bus system or alternative via dynamic data content mapping for CAN-FD. SecOC, secured onboard communication for detailed secured onboard communication. Please refer to chapter Microsoft Security. Transformer allow efficient transmission of complex data structures and big PDU over the network. COM-XF allow efficient signal groups, many group signals. Replacement is derived from the signal system extract. Some IPX provides a serialization strategies for various data types. LDCOM can be used here for ID efficient transmission. E2EXF enables end-to-end protection for network communication that is managed using the AutoSAR transformer concept, serialization through COM XF or some LPXF. mirror gateway mirroring. Gateway mirroring allows mirroring internal buses to the diagnostic access, which enables to read normally inaccessible messages on the bus and to identify problems in the base version. This function allows to mirror one internal CAN or LIN channel to diagnostic CAN. Add-ons ETH mirror multiple CAN, LIN, FR and ETH channels to the diagnostic EPS. FR mirror CAN, LIN, RFR channels to diagnostic CAN or FR. Configuration. For convenient configuration, we recommend a downstream configurator port. For details, see separate datasheet. Use the DaVinci configurator Pro, you can easily link the Microsar model PDUR and the model CAN IF, then AF, FRIF, and ETHIF S4AD to complex drivers by configuration. Figure configuration of the communication modules with DaVinci configurator Pro. Microsar.can AutoSAR basic software module for CAN. The Microsar CAN package contains the BSW module defined into the AutoSAR architecture for CAN communication, CAN IF, CAN NM, CAN TP, CAN SM, and optional modules for J1939 and XCP. Microsar modules according to AutoSAR 4.3. Overview advantages. Available for AutoSAR 4.3 contains numerous useful extensions. Code and execution time are optimized based on specific configuration. Intermodule configuration of all communication specific software modules. Fast backup handling and easy startup. CAN TP ISO 15762 compatibility is configurable. YCEKMNM is available as a configurable module compatible with CAN NM, CAN SM. Control of communication stack on off depending on the partial network state. CAN FT support of up to 64-byte data with enhanced bandwidth available for many CAN FT controllers. Application areas. Microsar CAN is used to handle communication in CAN networks. It is also well suited as a foundation for calibration with XCP gateways or reprogramming. You can also extend Microsar CAN with the option J1939 TP package to enable operation of an AutoSAR ECU in a J1939 network. The BAM and CMDT transport are available for this. Modules and their add-ons. BSW modules in the Microsar contains functions defined in AutoSAR 4.3 beyond the standard itself. Microsar CAN offers the following important services. CAN IF, CAN interface. The module CAN IF offers abstracted video-based access to CAN driver. It controls the CAN driver, CAN, as well as the transceiver driver, CAN TRCV, exchange to AutoSAR standard base level as such algorithm for efficient filtering the RX messages. CAN NM, CAN network management. Within a CAN network, the module CAN NM is responsible for coordinated transition between the wake up and sleep state. Extension to AutoSAR standard, pre-compile optimization. Example, for single channel systems, CAN TP, CAN transfer protocol. The CAN TP module conforms to ISO standard 15762 as the transfer protocol for CAN. It is responsible for segmenting the data in the TX direction, collecting data in the RX direction, and monitoring the data stream. Exchange to AutoSAR standard, pre-compile optimization. Example, for single channel system supports message addressing 11-bit CAN ID, typically CAN gateway applications. Optimized routing, example with bus transmission together with PDUR for Microsar COM. ISO 15762 compatibility is configurable. CAN SM, CAN station manager. The model CAN SM is responsible for bus specific error handling. Extension to AutoSAR standard, supports ECU passive mode. CAN SM, CAN station master. And the model CAN SM is responsible for bus specific error handling. Extension to AutoSAR standard, supports ECU passive mode. CAN TS sync, CAN time synchronization. This module CAN T-sync realizes the CAN specific time synchronization protocol and access to the synchronized time base by the SWC requires the synchronized time base manager. Extension to AutoSAR standard, time synchronization over CAN T-sync implements the time synchronization protocol for CAN. This permits clock synchronization between CAN ECUs as a part of the AutoSAR global time concept. The synchronized time base manager BSW module from Microsar SIS is available as a higher level time coordinator. CAN XCP module is XCP is a protocol for communication between master PC tool and the slave ECU. It is standardized by ASAM and is used primarily for measuring, calibrating, crashing, and testing ECU. XCP supports the bus system CAN XCP, FlexRay XCP, Ethernet XCP, Linux XCP. The following functionalities and modules are also available. J1939 NM network management for J1939. J1939 supports adding ECU to networks on the fly. The module J1939 NM is responsible for negotiating a unique ECU address address claim, and unlike other A&M modules for handling the wake-ups or going to sleep off the bus. Add-ons, dynamic NM, ECU that changes their address or communicate with ECU that change their address. J1939 TP transport protocol for J1939, J1939 TP what contains transport protocols, BA broadcast alongside, and CMDT connection mode data transfer of the SAE J1939 standard. Add-ons, ISO bus, extended TP, AETP, and fast packet TP, FPTP based on ISO 117832 and NMEA 2000, J1939 RM request manager for J1939. The module J1939 RM implements requesting of data via request handling that is defined in the SAE J1939 protocol diagnostic module J1939 DCM and the cross-package add-ons. There are also add-ons that affect one or more packages. These details are in detail. Microsar IDM, Identity Manager for details. Please refer to the chapter Microsar variant handling. Microsar.mc multicore for details. Please refer to the chapter Microsar multicore. Microsar PBL post-build loadable. For details, please refer to the chapter Microsar variant handling. Configuration for convenient configuration. We recommend use dominantly configured. For more details, please refer to separate product information. Other Microsar products for a complete CAN communication based on the Autosar architecture. Complete communication CAN stack for CAN can be formed using Microsar. For the CAN for the PSW module can be separately available Microsar.com, Microsar.mcam, Microsar.exe packages to interface Microsar.can to the application hardware. You will need the following PSW modules: audio specific CAN driver, CAN DRV, Microsar.mcam, audio specific transceiver control, CAN TRCV from Microsoft EXE, also for partial networking, general communication modules, COM, NM, PD, PDUIM from Microsoft COM, models in Microsoft MCAR and EXE are available for many microcontrollers and transceivers. Other relevant Microsoft products for CAN, DCM and DEM from Microsoft DIAG, DET, ECEUM, and COM-M from Microsoft Switch, Microsoft XCP, that's you measure and calibrate per ASM HCP. Here, the module was specifically optimized for use together with CAN-OE.XCP and CAN-OE.AMD, as well as CAN-OE APE for CAN ECU. Microsoft XCP contains suitable CAN XP transport layer. Beyond the Autosar standard, Microsoft XCP supports generic readout of measuring objects. As a result, no address must be defined and updated in the A2I file. Data from any version or variant can be extracted with the A2I file independent from the MCU build. The generic readout features requires usage of CAN OE.AMD and CAN APE as XCP tool. For safety reasons, very often it is not allowed to keep the measurement and calibration interfaces active in serial production projects. The module VX1000IF allows to keep VX1000 measurement and calibration hardware driver in the BSW also in serial production, but in an deactivated mode. Through an API, the VX1000 driver can be released again for check and the development purposes. The delivery of the module must take place within a Microsoft SIP to receive approval for this use case in serial production. The activation of VX1000 driver within a serial production project at runtime, however, is also not allowed when using the module VX1000IF. You will find more information on J1939 ECU in commercial vehicles in the section Microsoft J1939. The vector toolchain for developing CAN ECU, creation of diagnostic data, CAN Delta Studio, system design, prevision, ECU development, DaVinci Developer, DaVinci Configurator Pro, CAN stress configuration, CAN stress hardware, CAN analyzer, CAN OE, CAN APE, Indigo Flash, VN 1600 family bus interface, 800 family, Microsoft Basic Software, Microsoft RTE application, Flash portable, loader, CAN bus. Vector offers a comprehensive range of products and services for CAN projects. Microsoft.fr, Autosar basic software module for Microsar communication. Vector offers you Microsar FR and AutoSAR power package for Microsar communication. It contains the following BSW module defined in the AutoSAR architecture: FRIF, FRNM, FRSM, and a choice between FRTP and FRISO-TP. And Microsar FR can be extended with XCP as an option. Microsar flexible modules according to the AutoSAR 4.3. Overview of advantages available for AutoSAR 4.6. Activates data actors, partial networks, and provides data depending on the partial network state, small code size, and short execution time due to optimized administration of this Flexible interfaces. Either the FRTP AutoSAR or ISO-TP, ISO 10681 transport protocol may be used. Support of ECU passive mode in the Flexible State Manager, early detection of synchronization losses. Application areas: Microsar FR is used to handle communication in Flexible networks, including partial networking. Furthermore, it is ideal as a foundation for calibration with XCP gateways or flashing modules and the random BSW module in Microsar FR contains functions defined in AutoSAR 4.x, where FRISO TP is a supplement to AutoSAR 3.x. FRIF, a flexible interface. The model FRIF offers abstracted PDU-based access to the flexible hardware. In addition, it offers support for synchronization with global flexibility time, extension to AutoSAR standard. Supports the following APIs: cancel transmit mode and LPDU, dual channel redundancy for redundant transmission of frames and PDUs routing function for the SWCs, pre-compile optimization, example single channel system, FRNM flexible network management. The model FRNM responsible for network management in flexible synchronizes the transmission to the bus sleep state, extend to AutoSAR standard, pre-compile optimization, example single channel system, FRSM flexible state manager. The model FRSM controls and monitors the wake up and startup nodes in the flexible cluster, extension to AutoSAR standard. Supports of ECU passive mode, immediate startup after passive wake up, extended error handling by state change, notification, configurable time delay for flexible startup at passive wake up, as well as configurable number of wake up patterns. FRTP, flexible transport protocol. FRTP is a flexible transport protocol and is based on ISO 10681 standard, extended to AutoSAR standard, pre-compile optimization. Example, single channel system, FRATP, flexible AutoSAR transport protocol. FRATP is a flexible transport protocol based on ISO 15762. CAN TP, it contains a frame compatibility with CAN bus. FRTSYN time synchronous over flexible. The module FRTSYN realizes the flexible specific time synchronization protocol and access to the synchronized time base by SW is required in the synchronized time base manager STBM. Extended to AutoSAR standard, the time synchronization over flexible implements the time synchronization protocol for flexible. This permits synchronization between flexible is used as a part of the AutoSAR global time concept. The synchronized time base manager STBM BSW module from Microsar is available as a higher level time coordinator. For XCP, flexible XCP module, the XCP module contains flexible specific contents of the XCP module XCP. In cross-package add-ons, there are also add-ons that affect one or more packages. These are in detail: Microsar IDM, Identity Manager for details. Please refer to the chapter Microsar Variant Handling. Microsar PBL, Post-Build Loadable. For details, refer Microsar Variant Handling. Operating system flexible basic software modules can be used entirely without an operating system. However, it makes sense to use an AutoSAR OS or a conventional OS, EK-OS, example, OS can release the application in Microsar.OS from Vector. Configuration: for convenient configuration, we recommend DaVinci program configurator. For details, please refer to the separate product information. Other Microsar products for complete flexible communication. Based on the AutoSAR configuration, a complete communication stack for flexible can be made with Microsar FR together with the BSW modules. From this separately, available Microsar.com, Microsar.mcals, Microsar.sys, and Microsar.exe packages. You will also need the following BSW modules: interface .fr to the application hardware, order specific flexible driver, FR from Microsar.mcals, hardware specific transfer control, DSCV, from Microsoft EXT, that communication module from NMPD, UR, IPDUM from Microsoft. The modules in Microsoft MCAR and Microsoft EXE are available for microcontroller and transceiver. The vector tool chain for developing Flex ACR, CAN Delta Studio, Pro, Prevision, DaVinci Developer, DaVinci Configurator Pro, FR stress configuration, FR stress hardware, CAN, analyzer, CAN OE, CAN APE, eFlash, VN3800, VN7000, VN8970, Microsoft basic software, flash portable FlexRay, Microsar RT application. Thank you.